Hello, thank you for joining us on our comprehensive news package for the day on Ogtv. I am Adewale Dusumu. First, the highlights. President Tinubu warns public officers against corruption in governance. Ogun State government raises alarm on indiscriminate dumping of refuse, vows to prosecute violators. Federal government pledges to restore trust in public communication. 7.6 magnitude earthquake triggers tsunami on Japan's northern coast.
Anderson Dangote rift widens over salary suspension. I bring you details of this and other stories on the business segment of the news. I am Olayemi Takuro. Stay with us.
And from the world of sports, Mohamed Salah dropped from Liverpool squad for Inter Milan game after explosive interview. This and more much later on the news. I am Moses or Jewumi. Stay with us.
Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. You can watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store or Google Play Store. President Bola Tinubu has issued a strong warning against deepening threats of corruption in public institutions, urging public officers to uphold integrity and demonstrate commitment to leaving Nigerian enduring legacies in national development. Speaking at the Nigeria Excellence Awards in Public Service held at the State House Banquet Hall, Abuja, the president cautioned that acts of corruption ranging from nepotism and cronyism to political patronage and weak accountability systems continue to undermine effective governance across the world and erode public confidence in institutions. Represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, President Tinubu said Nigeria cannot afford to tolerate practices that weaken institutions or diminish public trust. He described public service as a sacred national trust and charged officers to be accountable, patriotic, and innovative in addressing the country's challenges. According to him, corruption continues to erode effective public service delivery, stressing that government officials must rise above entrenched habits and commit to excellence in the discharge of their duties. The Ogun State government has raised an alarm of indiscriminate dumping of refuse in drainages, streets, and other unapproved spots in the state, saying that violators risk both fines and jail terms. The government, which handed down this warning through Special Advisor to the Governor on Waste Management, Honorable Abayomi Unya, said it had observed in the past few weeks that most people in markets dump waste indiscriminately, polluting the environment and creating a climate of filth. He warned such people to take note of the provision of the 2020 law establishing the Ogun State Waste Management Authority and other matters connected therein. Section 34(1) of the law provides that any person who contravenes any of the provisions of the law commits an offense and will be arrested and shall be liable to pay a penalty of 25,000 to the authority, and failure upon which, on conviction by a court, the offenders are liable to a maximum fine of 2 million naira or 3 months imprisonment or both. The Minister of Education, Tuji Alausa, has officially launched the Student Venture Capital Grant, SVCG, offering Nigerian students the opportunity to access up to 50 million naira in investment funding for their businesses. According to Alausa, the launch, which took place in Abuja on Monday, is part of President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda aimed at empowering youths and fostering innovation. Speaking at the event, Alausa described the SVGC as a government initiative designed to support student-driven innovations and startups through funding, mentorship, and visibility. The SVCG application portal opened on the 17th of November 2025, inviting students from federal, state, and private institutions to submit their applications. Eligible students must be in 300 level or higher and have projects related to STEAM and ensure that their businesses are CSA registered. Selected applicants will advance to a second stage where they will pitch their ventures to a 12-member panel of industry professionals. The application portal closes on the 23rd of January 2026. The Ogun State University, now Olabisi Onabanjo University Law Alumni Association, has been commended for providing quality mentorship and knowledge-sharing platforms for the up-and-coming generations to thrive. This is also in tandem with the efforts of the current administration in Ogun State to continually develop human capacity. The State Head of Service, Mr. Kehinde Onosoya, gave the commendation while delivering a keynote address at the 9th Annual General Meeting Dinner and Award Nights of the Association with the theme, The Hilltop Reunion, held in Abeokuta. According to him, the alignment between the programs, the association grants, and the capacity development priorities of the Ogun State government are the same. Details are in this package.
The Ogun State Head of Service notes that the effort of the association in supporting the Faculty of Law of the institution has done more positives to strengthen the university. He said the impact has influenced the quality of legal officers who will later serve in various institutions within the state, including the public service and across the country. He cited the example of a recent training of graduates in line with professionalism, diligence, fairness, and sound judgment put together by the state government for law officers at IITA Ibadan, Oyo State. According to him, the society benefits when the justice system is supported by officers whose training has equipped them to do their work with competence, saying the link between alumni engagement and improved service delivery is clear.
Let me state that your efforts in supporting the faculty do more than strengthen the university alone. They influence the quality of legal officers who later serve in various institutions within the state, the public service inclusive, and across the country at large. Well-trained graduates become professionals who handle their duties with diligence, fairness, and sound judgment. The society benefits when justice system is supported by officers whose training has equipped them to do their work with competence.
In their separate goodwill messages, the Commissioner for Budget and Planning, Mr. Olaolu Olabintan, and its counterparts from the Ministry of Health, Dr. Tomi Koka, and the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General, Mr. Oluwashina Ogunwade, represented by the Permanent Secretary and Solicitor General, Mr. Olusegun Olaotan, expressed delight in the feats the alumni body has recorded, encouraging them not to drop the ball but keep the flag flying. In their remarks, Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Ayodeji Agbola, the Dean, Faculty of Law, Professor Gbade Akirimade, and the pioneer president of the association, Chief Fasi Yusuf, appreciated the alumni for their yearly development of the faculty, which they said has extended to other facilities. Earlier in their welcome address, the president, Osu OOU Law Alumni Association, Mr. Shola Dosumu, appreciated all the dignitaries and members for the support received since his assumption of office 3 years ago, and submitted that the role has been enriching, tasking, and a mix of memorable achievement and valuable lessons. Highlights of the event included cultural display by the state cultural troupe, presentation of awards, as well as gifts to the various winners of a raffle draw.
In a gesture of appreciation and continued commitment to giving back, members of the Abeokuta Grammar School Old Boys Association, Ogtv 9501, have celebrated the teachers who played significant roles in shaping their lives. The alumni hosted their former teachers at a special gathering aimed at honoring the men and women they described as the foundation of their achievements today. The celebration brought together past and present members of the school community, including a former principal of the school, the current President General of Ogtv, and other distinguished guests. Bumi Adego attended the event and completes this report.
It was a moment where the past met the present, a reunion that transformed the once former teacher-student relationship into bonds of mentorship, friendship, and lasting respect. Though retired, these teachers remain deeply cherished, and their former students have chosen to celebrate and honor them. Members of the 9501 set of Abeokuta Grammar School Idiaba gathered once more, this time to pay tribute to those who shaped their character with knowledge, discipline, and unwavering guidance.
Today we gather to celebrate you, our teachers, whose dedication, patience, and passion continue to shape our future through what you taught us during our formative stages in life.
The gesture forms part of the set's enduring tradition of giving back to their alma mater, a culture that has become a hallmark of Ogtv. During the event, alumni shared fond memories and reflected on the influence their teachers had on their lives, both within and outside the classroom. Former and current school leaders expressed gratitude for the recognition and encouraged the old students to remain worthy ambassadors of Abeokuta Grammar School.
We look back at how God has helped us, and we know where the journey started from. It started from Abeokuta Grammar School. We recognize how much they've molded us, how much they've shaped us, and how much they've impacted us throughout those years we're in Abeokuta Grammar School, and we knew that was the foundation.
They were the one who shaped our future. They are the one who gave us what we need to be successful in life, and here we are here today. We just want to celebrate them.
Feel so happy. In fact, when we saw each other, we became young again. And we started to remember those days, what we were doing, how we were doing it. In fact, I'm so happy.
God be the glory. There are those who are somewhere there, and there are others who are somewhere there. And to think that we all come together to give back to those that have impacted on your life, I mean, it's something which is so touchy.
And I meet old boys of the grammar school in diaspora, they say, our chemistry was sharp. And I'm happy that Mr. Abbas is here, who handed over to Mrs. Toluade. You can, in fact, 9501, where are you? Where are the members of 9501? Let me give yourself a big round of applause for bringing those heavyweights back to the grammar.
Also speaking, the immediate past President General of Ogtv reaffirms that giving back remains a proud legacy of all who passed through the institution.
It's a big thing. It's a very big thing. And the global president of Ogtv, this is the fourth of the kind in the last 5 years that some students will honor the teachers. This is the fourth. It's very rare. It's not a common thing.
The highlight of the event was the presentation of 2.1 million naira to 21 teachers in appreciation of their dedicated service. Bumi Adigun, Ogtv News.
As part of the federal government's efforts to address the challenges of unemployment, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCAM) have signed a partnership agreement with Inner Power Africa to connect young Nigerian professionals with remote job opportunities in diaspora-owned businesses across the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. The Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCAM), Honorable Abike Dabire Rewa, announced this at the signing ceremony of a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with Power Africa on the sidelines of the just concluded 8th Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit in Abuja.
Get engaged through them online. And then for Nigerians in the diaspora that need these services, through this MOU, you can get them. And as we go into details, you'll even get them, in a very convenient and very secured manner. So like we said, it's like a practical way to manage immigration. So there are ways the Nigerians in the diaspora can help us reduce unemployment, because these services are needed and they can be done in this world of technology and AI. That's what we're using to solve these problems.
The founder of Power Africa, Emil Ekeon, noted that Nigerian talents are world-class, innovative, and ready to deliver exceptional value to businesses globally. Mr. Ekeon maintained that the partnership agreement will really turn things around for the youths by creating practical job engagements and unlimited opportunities. Chairman CEO signed on behalf of NIDCAM, while Mr. Ekeon signed on behalf of Power Africa. The signing ceremony was also witnessed by Secretary to the Commission, Engineer Dr. Sule Yakubu Basi, and the legal advisors of the two organizations. Still ahead on the news, federal government moves to fully digitize revenue collection by January 2026. Do join us for details of this and more after the break.
Transfer. Now money point of that. No worries, I've go make am. No go buy ball.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point made for your progress.
Mommy, I get the school fees. You too much.
Nah, money point too.
Money points, thank you.
No worries, I've go make am. No go buy ball.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point made for your progress.
Hey! With Tasty Tom and Derica, your unique pin can make you a millionaire! Buy any Tasty Tom tomato mix or Derica tomato mix promo pack. Reveal the unique pin inside. Dial star 8011 *2 unique pin hash. Win airtime instantly and stand a chance to win big cash prizes.
Enjoy delicious meals. Text and win big!
Tasty Tom, Derica Millionaire Splash promo. Become an double this season.
Glad to have you back, and in case you're just joining us, you're watching the Ogtv Major News for the day. The federal government has taken steps to digitize all forms of government revenue from January 1, 2026, signaling one of the most sweeping public finance reforms the country has witnessed in recent times. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation has issued a series of circulars to ministries, departments, and agencies spelling out new rules, timelines, and sanctions for non-compliance. In the first circular letter, the Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Shamsuddin Ogunjemi, directed all MDAs to stop the collection or acceptance of fiscal cash for government's revenue. He stated that collection and acceptance of fiscal cash, whether in Naira or other currencies, for any revenue due to the federal government is strictly prohibited, adding that all payments must be made through electronic channels. Dr. Ogunjemi explained that fiscal cash collection by MDAs had continued to violate existing e-payment and treasury single account policies and had weakened the integrity of the government's revenue system. The Ogun State government has noted that some shortlisted Applicants scheduled for the ongoing 90 regular recruits intake physical training exercise of the Nigerian Army are yet to report at the State Recruitment Center located at 35 Artillery Brigade, Alamala, Abeokuta. In a statement signed by the Permanent Secretary, Bureau of Cabinet and Special Duties, Iklik Saka, applicants from Ogun State are therefore advised to check their email notifications immediately, as the Nigerian Army Selection Board has extended the reporting deadline to Tuesday, 9th December 2025. The state government urges all affected applicants to take advantage of this extension and report promptly as directed. The investiture ceremony of Rotarian Omotola Kuku as the 5th president of Rotary Club of Ladere Hilltop and the first ever has been held. The event, which doubled as a fundraising dinner, was held in our honor to mobilize support and resources for projects aimed at improving lives and strengthening community service. Friends, Rotarians and invited guests gathered to celebrate high margins as the club reaffirmed its commitment to humanitarian services and impactful development across the community. Bumi Adigun was there and now reports.
Rotary clubs around the world stand for service above self, bringing people together to promote friendship, support humanitarian causes, and create lasting impact in their communities. The Rotary Club of Ladere Hilltop, Abeokuta, demonstrates this spirit as it holds a fundraising dinner and investiture ceremony in honor of Rotarian Omotola Kuku. The ceremony opens with remarks from Professor Michael Agbaje, who reiterates the club's mission and stresses the need for continuous service to humanity.
I wish her the very best of tenure. I wish her every good thing she wishes herself while she runs the show as president of Rotary Club of Ladere Hilltop. And I hope that she'll find favor, and that this time next year it will be herself handing over to another president.
Guest speaker Professor Olubenga Kennedy delivers the keynote address, emphasizing the importance of collective responsibility in driving social change.
And with the support of other Rotarians around her, she will make a difference. She needs our prayers, she needs our constructive criticism, she needs our support, she needs our funds for her to achieve.
The highlight of the evening comes with the investiture of Rotarian Omotola Kuku as the 5th president of the club. In her acceptance speech, she pledges dedication to community development and promises to lead with integrity, innovation and compassion.
I have projects for the club. This is my investiture. I have some projects that I want to do for the community. The first one is building blocks of classrooms for a newly accredited primary school in the community. The second one is doing speed bumps to avert road accidents. And the third one is building a form of bus stop around Ladere Junction where people can actually sit down during the rain, during the sunshine, and wait for taxis or drops.
The gathering also features fundraising activities to support future club projects that aim to touch lives and expand outreach programs. Awards and recognitions go to individuals who demonstrate commitment to Rotary ideals, followed by the induction of new members and board executives to strengthen the club's leadership structure. In an atmosphere filled with celebration, fellowship, and purpose, the Rotary Club of Ladere Hilltop reaffirmed its resolve to serve humanity and inspire positive transformation in society. Bumi Adigun, Ogtv News.
Pa Philip Aketoye Development Foundation, a development and innovative non-religious, non-political, non-governmental organization that works for the promotion of education, women and children's rights and community development, has commissioned boreholes for schools in Adodo as part of fulfilling its mission. Chief Executive Officer of the foundation, Comrade Kehinde Aketoye, said the initiative is to enhance the learning environment and health of the school community. Our reporter Margaret Okulola was at Adodo, the host community to all the 3 schools that benefited from the gesture. Here is her report.
Pa Philip Akintoye Development Foundation is a legacy of late Pa Philip Olufumilayo Akintoye, with the core mandate of providing succor to the less privileged in a bid to ensure schools have facilities that prevent spread of germs, as well as good and reliable source of clean water. Papa Dev has taken it upon itself to renovate boreholes, which was initially provided by the foundation in 2019, for reliable source of clean water to 3 primary schools across Adodo community. Chief Executive Officer of the foundation, Comrade Kende Akintoye, says the initiative is to enhance the learning environment and health of the school community.
We have other interventions for the schools, not only these schools. We have been granting students of this community educational grant. This year alone, we have spent over 500,000 in assisting the students. One of our core mandates in Papa Dev is to promote education, and we are for community development. What we have done today is one of our core mandates to ensure that this school has a clean water and a clean environment. Education is life. We want to enjoy all our partners to ensure that schools are having the needed amenities.
Schools that benefited from the gesture include Local Government Primary School, Ayede, Adodo, Roman Catholic Mission Primary School, Agbari, Adodo, United African Methodist Church Primary School, Eleja, Adodo.
Water is living. Water is healthy. If somebody should think so deep to give water to a school, he has solved the problem with our school.
I have known Papa there for doing this, and he's doing it right sincerely. For providing water, he's giving every student here life a kind of an assurance that at any time you are thirsty, you have where to run to take water. And when you take water, you feel relief.
It's not easy. They have really tried. And because without water, we know the problem we are facing, but they have solved that problem for us. I am very happy. I say a big thank you to them.
So I make sure that the water is used judiciously. I appreciate Papa there for bringing money to do such a thing. It's not easy, but I appreciate them always.
The foundation also provided sanitizing hand wash gels and dispensers to ensure a germ-free learning environment in the 3 benefiting schools, with the promise to provide support for high-flying learners. Margaret Okunlola, Ogtv News.
To create awareness, inspired creative participation, and strengthen the cultural community, Ogun State Government, through the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, has launched a cultural magazine tagged Ogorewa. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun at the event reiterated the commitment of his administration to promoting culture and tradition of the state. Ayodeji Tamari Oruwumi has more.
The unveiling of Ogorewa Cultural Magazine marked a significant milestone in promoting artistic expression, literary creativity, and the preservation of cultural heritage in Ogun State. The event brought together writers, artists, scholars, traditionalists, and community members who share a passion for culture and art, including the State Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimot Salako Yedele. In his welcome address, Ogun State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Chief Sheson Fagbayi, says the launch is aimed at propagating the rich cultural heritage of Ogun State.
Ogun State stands proudly as a reservoir of cultural wealth. Our festivals, historical landmarks, crafts, folklore, traditional cuisines, music, and artistic expression from the tapestry of who we are. These cultural elements do not only distinguish us as a people, they serve as powerful tools for tourism development. The Ogorewa magazine emerges as an important platform for capturing and showcasing this rich cultural identity.
Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun, represented by his deputy, Engineer Noimot Salako Yedele, reinstates the government's commitment to ensuring cultural heritage of the state. is positioned on the world map.
When we assumed office 6 years ago, guided by the focal lens of our Building Our Future Together agenda, we identified the culture and tourism sector as an untapped gold mine capable of greatly enriching our people and strengthening our economy. This realization inspired deliberate and bold investments aimed at rebuilding and revitalizing our cultural and tourist centers. Today, we can proudly say that these efforts are yielding visible transformation. We will not relent. We must remain resolute in consolidating the gains already recorded and in pushing the tourism sector of our state to even greater heights. It is in this spirit that Ogun State will open its doors to the world as we host our maiden Afrobeats and Drum Festival in 2026.
Invited guests, including notable authors, cultural scholars, and artists, shared insights on the role of cultural publications in shaping societal values and preserving heritage. They encourage young creatives to use the magazine as a platform for their voices.
Ogun State has always been the force when it comes to culture. I can remember in 1995 we hosted, and for the first time in the history of Festival of Arts and Culture, a state hosted and won the presidential gold. And no state have ever beaten that record. People are looking at us, oh, they are watching us. We will not stop. By not stopping, bring this Ogurewa, the magazine.
And it is very important that what we stand for today, we begin to find a way to make it memorable, and that is by writing it down and by circulating it.
For Ogun State Ministry of Culture to have developed this magazine is a right step, the right direction.
The ceremony was prized by a thrilling performance by the state cultural troupe. Ayodeji Tomori Olumumi, Ogtv News.
As part of efforts to reduce road crashes during the festive season, Dangote Cement Factory Ibishi has organized a safety awareness campaign for motorcyclists operating within Ilaro, Ibishi and neighboring communities. The sensitization exercise also featured the distribution of safety helmets and reflective jackets to riders to promote responsible conduct on the road. Matthew Shoni reports.
With the festive period approaching, Dangote Cement Factory Ibishi steps up road safety awareness by training motorcyclists on safe riding practices and ways to avoid crashes involving trucks and articulated vehicles. Health, safety and environment at the factory, Chidi Ebere Okonko explains that the initiative becomes necessary due to the rising number of crashes involving motorcyclists, stressing that the company prioritizes the well-being of road users.
Towards the end of the year, we always record incidents involving motorcycle riders, pedestrians who do not know how to navigate around the truck. So this is a way of sensitizing them about blind spots around the truck and how to navigate our truck safely.
The Ilaro Unit Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Sulaimon Oluwadumiye, delivers an awareness talk highlighting the 4 blind spots riders must avoid when overtaking trucks, as well as the safe distance they must maintain behind any vehicle ahead.
Most of the crashes that happen between articulated vehicles and small vehicles are avoidable. We will take necessary care, because most of the drivers and riders are not taking cognizance of blind spots.
Representatives of traffic agencies and participating riders commend Dangote Cement Factory for championing road safety and providing life-saving awareness.
It is a human error. It could happen at any time. Organizing this type of exercise is that you need to prepare for accidents that can happen at any fucking time. It could be as a result of breathlessness, it could be as a tiredness. There are lack of position that you do now. Even we don't know that there is something that we call blindfold. Like we think the driver is on the truck. You only see around the truck.
Helmets and reflective jackets were later distributed to motorcyclists to enhance their safety after practical demonstration of the blind spots for trucks and other articulated vehicles. Matthew Showme, Ogtv News.
The historic Agoika community in Abeokuta came alive as residents, cultural enthusiasts and dignitaries gather for this year's Ikadi festival. The annual celebration remains a rallying point for indigenes returning home to honor their roots and reinforce communal ties. This year's edition featured colorful parades, traditional performances, and age-grade displays, all showcasing the rich heritage of the Agoika people and the cultural unity shared across the Egba nation. Nkem Agu reports.
Agoika, one of its historic Yoruba settlements in Abeokuta, traces its origin to survivors of Owu War and early Egba migrants who established roots with strong links to ancient Yoruba royalty. Its name and lineage often spark curiosity, especially as it shares similarities in identity with the Ika people of Delta State, though both are historically distinct. The Ika Day Festival, now one of its community's most anticipated cultural events, traditional dances and age-grade presentations by local troops proudly displaying their heritage. Speaking at the celebration, chairman of the occasion, Chief Saeed Lawal, says this year's edition focuses on promoting unity, fostering development, and preserving the cultural values handed over through generations.
Giving back to the society, everybody is facing economic hardship now. The only thing we can do to support the people is to support them economically by just giving them something to help their business, and students to also support their education, so that when they also grow up too, when they are working also, they can also come back and contribute to the development of Ika.
Traditional rulers and community leaders also used the festival to call for increased government support in infrastructure development, youth empowerment, and improved security across the community.
And I've seen our youth doing well, coming back home, all of us supporting them to do empowerment for our elderly, the widows, the less privileged, the indigent students. And we are grateful to God that we are able to extend to them, however small, however meager it is, an opportunity to show that we care for them.
I'm overwhelmed with the program the youth did. I'm always here with them every weekend, but I saw the success of the events.
The festival's highlights include awards and empowerment packages for distinguished indigenes, fundraising for development projects, and blessings from traditional chiefs. Residents expressed joy at yet another peaceful and colorful celebration, saying the festival continues to serve as a platform for cultural expression, economic empowerment, and community growth.
I'm happy today because they sponsor us with money, with token money, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
The event rounded off with musical performances, marking another successful edition of Ika Day in Ken Abu. Ogtv News.
Fire and Miracle Ministries International Rehoboth Assembly is marking a major milestone as it celebrates 25 years of impactful ministry and spiritual growth. The anniversary Thanksgiving service forms part of activities lined up for its annual convention. The Silver Jubilee celebration draws dignitaries, guest ministers, members and well-wishers from far and near, gathering in an atmosphere of praise, jubilation, and deep reflection on God's faithfulness. Margaret Tukulola reports.
With praise, special renditions by the Rehoboth Mass Choir and Thanksgiving sessions, the Rehoboth Assembly Auditorium was filled to capacity as worshippers thronged in to celebrate 25 years of God's faithfulness of the ministry. Speaking on the theme, Divine Elevation, the guest minister, Archbishop Taiwo Akinola, urged congregants to embrace spiritual growth, unity, and a renewed commitment to kingdom service.
Divine elevation is purely supernatural. It doesn't have to do with whether you're a man or a woman. It exclusively invokes the hand of God to provoke glorious changes in our life.
On his part, the presiding pastor, Bishop Stephen Olaliko, expresses gratitude to God for the church's journey from a small fellowship to an international ministry that touch lives across nations.
Year 2026, there will be elevation for all. Once we stick unto Jesus Christ and we look unto his face, Lord will lift many up. And Bible says in the book of Job 22, it said when that many be casting down, then we say there's a lifting up. There's hope for this nation. There's hope for individual once we hang on unto Jesus Christ.
Members of the church on their part express joy and gratitude, noting that the ministry has been a source of transformation for countless families over the years.
When we started, we never knew it can be like this, but we give glory to God that we are personally, I'm able to witness today with my family. I say, glory be to God.
This year's celebration is divine elevation. Double elevation is what I'm expecting next year.
Bishop Olalekon is a close friend of mine. I preached in this convention on Wednesday and Thursday, and there are great signs and wonders. And we thank God for this program, divine elevation. People that are coming, they were elevated, and they can see the power of God moving in their life.
Highlight of the service was the anniversary blessing, where the presiding bishop and other invited men of God pray over the congregation, declaring a new season of supernatural lifting. Margaret Okunola, Ogtv News.
Olaomi Tako will be our guide for some business reports after the news. Don't go away.
Hello and welcome to Business News. The rift between Pengassan and Dangote Petroleum Refinery has deepened after the refinery halted the salaries of engineers caught in the September labor dispute. Dangote stopped the payments because many of the affected engineers